Cotton candy,
sweet
sweetie.
and cold.
Let
Let me
me
see
see
that
that.
titsy, bro.
Hey, yeah, she was playing with herself. I'm
Wait, who
like,
said this?
this was in like the fourth grade. I can't remember his
The
name.
fourth. What is this? Is this white stuff? I didn't have those conversations when I was younger, so I didn't know what was going on. This is the shit that I was
She
saying. I
admitted
lost.
to that.
Yes, it was on video. Then she came out like, "Oh, I nobody can take a joke." No, bitch, that wasn't a joke.
That
I think I was what 15 when I first had sex.
what do head feel like?
Good.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, 'cause
Twitter is a
it's
hellscape. What's going on, guys and gals? It's your boy Guy, and today I have once again my amazing sister Gabrielle. Give it up for Gabby, y'all.
oh, I'm
Woo!
amazing.
You already know you
You're
amazing.
amazing.
No, you are.
Thank you for having me back.
Listen, guys, I'm really excited because, as you can probably tell, we are in my brand new studio, guys.
In the studio.
In the studio.
Studio.
Y'all, I jumped off the porch with this one.
You did.
When I tell you, I don't know. I've been telling y'all that I wanted to get a new studio, because I plan on doing more interviews. I plan on having more conversations with different people and stuff. And I couldn't pick anybody better to share the first episode in my new space
Oh, you
with
always.
besides my sister, just because she has just
Thank
been my
you.
biggest cheerleader, been the most supportive, and yeah, I just couldn't record. Even I had thought, I was like, should I record other episodes until you get a chance? But I'm just like, no, nobody else is recorded in here with me before you. So I'm just
Oh,
like,
I'm so
I'm putting off
honored.
anybody else until you were able to
I
come.
number
So
one.
you are number
Number.
one.
Well,
Shout out
thank
to
you.
SpongeBob. No problem. I
I'm
appreciate
proud of
that.
you though. He did it. He took a leap of faith.
I did, y'all.
He
I
said, "You know
did.
what? I need a space because I want it to grow."
Yeah, and the thing was, because in my where I was originally recording was in my house, and I just didn't want a bunch of people, because I plan on recording with like local people, just people, some people I don't even know,
Hmm.
and I just didn't want to have a bunch of people in and out of my house. So I invested in a space, and I'm really excited about this, guys. And if you're in the Patreon, you would have already known this because I've shared this with the Patreon community. But it's not too late to join. Head over to the Patreon, join, become a friend.
Yeah.
It's free. Just come on.
Patreon.
Patreon.
Okay.
But on today's episode, guys, we will be talking about just communication and having those conversations with your children, and not forgetting that you were once a child. I've been seeing posts, whether it's in TV shows, whether it is on Instagram or just social media
That
in
dang
general,
TikTok.
TikTok, like a lot of kids are being exposed to a lot of things, and I think that people need to start having that conversation with their kids and discuss, you know, what sex is, and discuss what they should or shouldn't be partaking in,
Hmm.
and so that they aren't exposed to things that you don't want them to see. For example, even when you look at Instagram, like even if there's a post with a father and son, you see people in the comments, oh my God, why are they hugging? What's going on with that? Or a mother in the bathtub with their kid, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, what? And it's like, y'all,
Yeah.
it's harmless, but I think there's so much going on that people are now like overly sexualizing
Everything.
everything, and it
Everything.
just gets weird when it comes to like kids and stuff.
It's too much. But you know what? It's the access is too easy.
I know. That's the thing.
Listen, so me growing up, I had to use the VHS. Okay, we was using the
Hey,
VHS.
shout out to the VHS.
But no, the bad thing about the VHS is you got to record that motherfucker back to where it was at.
Now that's the funny part. I was so happy once DVDs came, because
Hmm.
like the cornos, no, it'll be blurred out, but the
Uh,
pornos, yeah, you would have to put them back where they were and all that stuff.
yeah.
But especially with like the internet, kids have so much access to, even,
Even with Google, if
yeah,
you Google right now, it'll say blur or not blur. Click that bitch and then you will see it. It don't even. It could be something harmless that you typing in.
yeah,
You might say Woody.
yeah,
It
and
could
you
it
don't.
could be it could be Woody the Woodpecker, but it's showing all kinds of, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
So
see Buzz Lightyear with Woody, you see Woody the Woodpecker, and you just see Morningwood, and you shouldn't be
yeah,
seeing that online,
it's
especially
it's at their
kids.
fingertips.
Yeah,
It's at their
so
fingertips.
I really think that parents have to be cautious about that, making sure that though I don't have kids, I've worked in schools and stuff, and I've been around kids who are exposed to other kids who are in households that don't have those parental controls on, or
Yeah.
who have more access to that kind of information and stuff than other kids. And it's scary just because, like I said before, you have to sneak to try to watch a porno or something like
Yeah,
that,
make sure you
or
put it back
you know
now.
yeah, because once it switched over, because I remember when I'm sneaking the movies, and then I was the DVDs where I was like, phew, I don't have to rewind that. And then now you're looking at the World Wide Web where you can just type anything in, and it just,
And grown people ruin it for like, I remember when they was doing those filters, and I think it was on, it might have been on Instagram, but it's like you got a filter on, but it's clearly two people having sex with a filter. So it's like blurring it. It's like blurring it. I forget which one it is, but it's like a
I
fake
ain't
face.
seen that
Oh,
one.
I seen that, and
Oh,
I
that's
and I was
crazy.
pissed because I'm like, why would y'all even put this on here?
I know.
Because this is Instagram, so
Yeah.
kids can see. But because it's a cute little, like, I think it was like the Beauty and the Beast face, or like a Disney princess. It was
Mm-hmm.
like one of those filters on both of them, so they all like smiley, looking all cute, but clearly somebody behind her.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I see what you're
yeah, I
saying.
hated that. That really pissed me off because it's like, why would you do that? Like, why are you putting that out there? Like,
But see, that's like the weird stuff that happens, because even like when I am on Instagram or even TikTok, you see a lot of people doing thirst traps. You see people, or even the dance that they doing now. I don't even know what it's called, but when they like
so
bouncing, that's
yeah,
like overly sexual. Like I know people are like, don't make it, but that to me is just like, I feel like the
you
people who
hump in the
created
air.
that, yeah, and
Yeah,
I feel like the people who doing it, because there are people who do it with, like, you can tell people don't have drawers on doing it sometimes.
yeah.
Some
Now
people
you just
trying to
flinging it
get
around.
themselves like kind of erect to do it. It's just like, that's weird, because there are kids on this app, and I do think that at some point they have to set that boundary where kids can't be
Yes,
exposed to
that's
some
all I'm
stuff.
saying. They shouldn't have the access that they got, but it's the web
It's the
today.
web. But then, like we've discussed previously, parents have to have those conversations with their kids.
Yes.
Parents have to put those parental controls on their devices, or whatever the case may be, so they don't have access. But it's just scary how much, because when you give your kid the tablet or whatever the case may be, and you're expecting them like to scroll on TikTok or whatever the
Or
case may
even like
be.
the little ones watching YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, they just, and even on, there's thirst traps on YouTube. There's thirst
Mm-hmm.
traps everywhere. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's weird. As we talked about in the past, me being younger, I wasn't as exposed to a lot of sexual things.
Right.
Now, like I said, I did watch the pornos and stuff, but I don't even think I don't know if I watched the pornos before or after this, but the first time I ever even thought about anything like sexual, I remember it was this girl named Jennifer Wright. Yes, Jennifer
Jennifer, you
Wright.
know who you
You
are.
know who you are. And this was in sixth grade, so I had to be about 11 or 12. And I remember we were at your volleyball practice, because I was like an assistant coach. The gym teacher, the coach, let me be like the assistant
Miss
coach.
G.
Miss G, shout out to her. But at the practice, it was sometime we was just like laughing, joking and stuff. And then she was like, you jack off. And I'm like, I don't even know what the that is. You jack off? No, I don't. You jack off. Like what? I don't know. And so I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I think I've either asked people or I went online. I don't know if I asked people. I might have gone online to
That's what
see what it
AOL
was.
days.
AOL dial up. And when I went on there, I'm just like, whoa, what's going on here? This is what that is. Oh, okay.
It
What did
came.
I do? I went on ahead and went to town. And I'm just like
This is
going
what this
at it.
is.
And when I finished, this is the funny part. When I finished, I didn't know what was going on, y'all. So
Yeah.
now I'm just grabbing, because stuff is just going everywhere. And I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm bleeding. Like, what is this? Is this white stuff? I didn't have those conversations when I was younger. So I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
what was going on. I was just like, I don't know. I didn't even say nothing. I'm just grabbing tissue, rolls, just
Oh,
I'm
trying to
just
clean
freaking
it
out,
up.
because I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
And I think that's something that I'm just like, damn, I wouldn't have done that. Like, I think masturbating is natural and normal. I think everybody does it at some point or another.
Uh-huh.
But I probably wouldn't have done it then
Had she not
had she not
mentioned it.
mentioned it, because at that point it made me curious as to like, okay, well, what is
Hmm.
that?
It be the other kids that expose other people kids too. So you might have in your household everything might be cool, but
Mm-hmm.
then you got the streets trying to tell them something. Cause it was for me it was this one guy. I think it might have been fourth grade, and he said something about somebody playing with themselves. I'm like playing with yourself. I'm like yeah, she was playing with herself. I'm
Wait, who
like
said this?
this was in like the fourth grade. I can't remember his
The
name.
fourth? Oh,
Yeah,
that is insane. He
yeah,
was another fourth grader.
yeah. We was in fourth grade, Miss Clevey class. Um,
Shout out to.
but yeah, he had said something about somebody was like playing with themselves. And the thing is, I had already, you know what I mean?
And this is a fourth. Wait, you said you already done been there,
I
done
already
that.
like felt around on it, but I didn't know it had a name. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like play with yourself.
What?
Yeah, I was
And this
like
was fourth grade. That is insane.
fourth grade. The boy said it to me, and I just was looking like, he was one of the hood ones because we came from Cleveland Heights.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we was born in
Milliken.
Cleveland,
Shout out to
but
them.
yeah, Milliken, Coventry,
Yeah.
but then we was in the Cleveland school systems
Yeah.
with the riffraff.
Yeah.
No, but so then
Not the
yeah,
riffraff.
so the kids was just talking about stuff that they would we was
Yeah,
sheltered.
for
Nah, that don't
sure.
mean I wasn't sneaking around looking at shit.
But you know what? I think that the shelter part is a good thing. I think that it is a
To a
good
degree.
thing to a degree, because something that I think that you kind of do differently
Yeah.
is you have those
Okay,
conversations with
segue.
your son. You
You
already know.
better
You see
listen.
how
You
I
better know
do
how to.
it.
You better know
Hey,
how.
in the new studio,
Hey, in
segueing.
the studio,
In the yeah,
studio.
no, but I like that you have those conversations
Yeah,
with my nephew.
yeah,
You know,
all the time.
just because those weren't conversations that we were really having,
Mm-mm.
and I was getting all this information on my own, and that's not the best way to do it. Like, of course we had like sex ed in class, like, and I think that was maybe like in high school though, but like as a kid I think parents should have those
Earlier.
conversations earlier,
Yeah.
just so you know what to expect, what you should do, what you shouldn't do.
What's acceptable, not acceptable. I don't like how that feels. I don't like how
Absolutely.
he makes me feel or she makes me
Absolutely.
feel when they talk this way or when they
Absolutely.
touch me this way.
Boundaries.
Yeah, yeah,
Stay up. If a girl tells you no, that means no.
yeah. We
You
not
know,
playing no
even if
more.
it's a boy, if a boy tells you no, that means no.
Yeah,
My thing is like, not having those conversations does a disservice to the kids,
agree.
because now it allows these outside people,
Oh
whether
yeah.
it is, because I know a lot of parents don't like for the teachers to do the sex ed, especially like in middle school, or they like it to be high school, and sometimes they don't even like that. But if you aren't going to have that conversation, somebody that is an adult needs to have that
Yeah,
conversation in a
yeah,
safe setting,
yeah.
so that your kids aren't learning from grown people who may be trying to uh
Groom them.
groom them, or
Mm-hmm.
other kids who may be seeing all this craziness in their house that this child may not be exposed to. So I think, I don't know what age parents just have that conversation. What, for you, what was that like, as far as like having those conversations? And
Me and Jordan been having talks for the longest. So growing up, mommy called it a whacker.
uh-huh.
I don't know what she called my vagina. I don't know if I even had a name.
Yeah.
I don't think it had a name, but Jordan knows that it's a penis.
And I feel like he knew that, like, when he was like younger.
No, yeah,
It's
I
a
never.
penis.
Yeah, a penis, cause I don't want no confusion. No, what somebody did? What's your penis? Don't
Uh-huh.
I don't want you to know. He said this word. No, he said penis. So he knew
Mhm.
what he was talking about. Like to me, it was very important.
Mhm.
Because I do feel like I was kind of sneaky. Growing up,
Mhm.
kind of really sneaky, and I feel like that's my son, and I know him. So it's just important for me that for Jordan to have known the proper terms.
Mhm.
So that's why we didn't go with whacker.
Mhm.
We do wee. No, it's
Mhm.
a penis. I need you to know so that you could tell me and you can feel comfortable enough to talk to me and use those terms. So now
Absolutely.
that he older, you know what terms we're using? Because you know what?
We just
I
had to
know.
go straight.
Yeah, because I know that's how he talking with his friends. So I
Yeah.
do feel like you gotta have a line. I don't want us to. I do want him to be like my best friend,
Yeah.
but I am his mom.
Yes.
But I want him to talk to me like he talked to his friends,
Yes.
because it ain't shit that they tell you that I can't tell you.
Yes.
Y'all the same.
And see, the plus about it is, because even with whether it is anything, whether somebody's getting pregnant or STD, or
Yes.
if you having the discharge, or if your
A
yo
hair bump.
anything, or
Yeah.
if it ain't smelling right or whatever the case may be. My thing is like, instead of you trying to either go to Google MD or try to figure it out yourself, or
Ask friends.
ask friends who don't
Mm-hmm.
tell you bullshit and don't know, you have a parent who is able to have that conversation with
Yeah.
you. And again, I think now parents are doing it a little bit more
Hmm.
than they were back then, because a lot of the stuff was kind of taboo, or
Oh,
just kind of
very
like you don't want to
taboo.
talk about it. It's kind of like hush hush.
Like you find out when you find out.
You find out when you find out. And but see, the bad part about it is then it's kind of like, some things could be avoided, some, whether it's a underage pregnancy or whatever the case
Yes,
may
you
be.
was
A lot of stuff
afraid.
you were afraid to have a conversation,
Hmm.
or be properly prepared,
Yeah.
whether it is, if you talking to him about condoms or something like that. you know I didn't know anything about condoms until, I learned it in sex ed, or whether it like a friend or something. But
Hmm.
I didn't know anything. And then even like watching the porn, I didn't know, I just was like, wow, they're ramming. You know what I mean? It's just like, wow, they're going in. And I just think it does a disservice. And
Yeah.
especially, like I said, with so much online, and you have so many predators online that are trying to groom kids or trying to get them, even like seeing a lot of the people who like, what was his name? Chris Hansen,
Oh
To
yeah.
Catch a Predator.
Dateline NBC.
Oh, so I have these messages here. What were you saying there?
Hey, he ain't play no
No,
games.
he didn't. He rolled into the room.
You're free to go.
She was like, "I'll be right back. I'm just running to the bathroom. Here I come." He'd be like, have a seat right there."
Are you stuck in blow go 22? I know. I was just trying to make sure. I was just trying to make sure nobody else was here
It's like,
because I didn't want her to get like
what
what?
was that the reason that you brought the rope, the lube, and the condoms?
Yeah.
We were wondering. I think I saw one that they had like rope and like other stuff like that, so no telling what was going on. Like,
Yeah, he probably
it's
was gonna
just a
tie
scary.
her up.
No, seriously, especially it's just
And this was
trafficking.
before Instagram and
I
stuff.
know. I know.
Chris Hansen was out before that.
And now you see a lot of people who kind of do it. It's kind of like these people who doing it on their own, like Instagram or YouTubers who do it.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous
It
game.
is dangerous because they gonna mess around and somebody is either gonna get them for coming at them,
And no, seriously,
or it might be some people killing themselves
either people killing themselves, or
because now you like exposed. Like that exposed, it ain't no joke.
especially with people who have like platforms and stuff. But on top
Hmm.
of it, it's the fact that you're going to these people, like the people who doing it on their own. These people can have a gun. They could have had the intentions on this kid, or
Yeah.
like, or whatever the case may
Hmm.
be. And now you trying to confront them, and now they just
Cause they
pow
be in
pow
the mall.
pow.
Hey guys, this is what such and such, and he came to
I
me, the
know
12-year-old, and it's like I get it, but it's dangerous.
it's a dangerous game, but like I said, you're doing things to try to prevent people from trying to get these kids or traffic or whatever the case
Hmm.
may be, which is a good thing. But just be careful doing that, just because, like we said, it's a dangerous game. Um, so with social media, and because I've been seeing like people talking about like TV shows and everything like that with like overly like sexual like content in it. Even like I think back to like SpongeBob,
Oh my goodness, it's
Rocco's, because people are talking about like right now. I'm like, shit like that has been in TV forever, because Rocco's Modern Life. Are you kidding me? Uh, what else was out there? I feel like a lot of the shows that were out were it like
if you
cartoons and
watch them
stuff.
as an adult now, you'll be like, oh hell no,
We was watching this shit as
oh
kids.
hell
And a
no,
lot of it probably went over our
because we
heads.
don't know.
We don't know.
But they perverts for doing it because they knew what the intentions
because
was.
because what they say is that they're trying to have a balance between, so adults can watch it and so that kids can watch it. But certain shit I feel like we shouldn't be mixing, and to that extent, because
Hmm.
some of the stuff is kind of like, I think they had like this video of like Angelica on Rugrats,
Hmm.
like, and she had a bottle, but then she like off camera it was like "Nom, nom, nom, nom," and all of a sudden she come back and it's like white stuff all over her face.
Yeah,
And then it's just kind of like that kind of
I
stuff
think
that
I
have like
saw
the
that
sexual
one.
innuendos. Yeah, that it's like, whoa,
As a kid, you just like, oh, she
she
stole
drinking
somebody
milk,
milk. Yeah.
yeah. But as an adult, or like watching it back now and
Mm.
seeing that, I'm just like, whoa,
Yeah.
this was on TV. But I don't know, I feel like they have to figure it out, but I also feel like parents have to have those conversations with the kids. And I also feel like the parents have to be proactive in taking steps to prevent their kids from being exposed to that kind of stuff.
And remembering that they was kids they self. I think a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times people forget. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you make a kid feel embarrassed or not want to talk to you when you
Absolutely.
like, well, why would you do this and why do you do that? Like, what you mean, girl?
You was out here pop lock
E- e-
dropping it.
even earlier than what I'm doing right now. So now that
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to have this conversation with you,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Don't make
looking
it
at me like
weird.
I'm, yeah, don't make it weird. I feel like they should be able to freely speak how they
Mm-hmm.
speak to their friends. So you're no, say what it is. We saying
Yeah. Yeah.
what do head feel like?
Good.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, cause you know what? It's the
Good.
thing is they just not mentally. I feel like I was not mentally prepared when I started. I wasn't
Same.
mentally.
Same.
It's easy to do. I mean, it's just a hoe.
Same.
You feel me? Like something going in a hoe. So anybody could do it, but it's like what comes with it, like
Yeah.
being attached.
And then not knowing, I think if you have the conversation, it kind of reduces the curiosity.
Yeah.
Because for me, I think I was what, 15 when I first had sex, and it was like
Hmm.
I didn't, I did use a condom and stuff, but I didn't know what I was doing. It was just kind of like, okay, because like I said, I really wasn't exposed and didn't have those conversations. I was more so figuring it out myself from
Hell
watching
no.
pornos, which isn't, real life, and then especially as a kid, I'm watching some of these pornos and I'm like, whoa, I'm not built like that. I'm
So
just
now
not.
you thinking you ain't even cut it. Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's how I'm feeling. I'm just like, whoa, I'm not cut out for this
There you
job.
go. Cut out.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older, I realized I am. I am no,
Okay, third leg.
no, no, but seriously, it then puts a unrealistic expectation on yourself because now you see in these porn stars doing X, Y, and Z, and it's like, am I supposed to be doing that?
Mm,
But it's like your kids shouldn't be they shouldn't have to seek it out that way. Not
yeah.
saying that they won't, because everybody eventually, will
Yeah.
probably search something or whatever,
Yeah.
but they still should be able to be open enough to have that conversation with you, to discuss it and ask questions.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, so this, so you could be like, no, that shit ain't even real.
Yeah.
This is this. Oh, well, these people are, if they see somebody running the train or something, well, am I supposed to be doing this with my friend? It's just like, because what can happen is, now if this girl says no, and whatever the
Mm-hmm.
case, she can come back and say that it was, or she can
Mm-hmm.
say that she didn't want to do this, or whatever the case
Mm-hmm.
may be. It could put you in a bigger situation than it has to be, and it all stems back to
And
that
then with you not
communication.
having the mental capacity to like, damn, I should just have a conversation. Now you got people like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I gotta kill her. She
Yeah.
pregnant. I gotta kill her. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, it's another way out.
Now that,
It's grown people doing that.
and that is the craziest thing. All that kind of stuff is just crazy to me.
It is because there is a way out, but they don't. They see this as the answer. Well, I had to get rid of her because she was gonna divorce me because I got this person pregnant.
And it's like, somebody is just insane to me. That in itself is just insane, to kill somebody for anything. But you are gonna kill somebody just because you got her pregnant. No, this isn't the end all be all. My thing is like, whether you want to have an abortion or not, that's a decision that you all can make.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I mean, you all have to figure it out, as far as like whether you're gonna go co-parent or if you're gonna be a deadbeat or whatever the case may be. That's a conversation, and that's how you would handle it versus you killing somebody. That's
Yeah.
not the way to go about it. Especially like even girls who try to force a miscarriage, or
Mm.
who do go and have an, or do X, Y, and Z because they are fearful, because they are afraid of their family or their
And having that
parents, or
conversation.
having that conversation,
Yeah.
because that's not a conversation that they have had.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if people were more open to be able to have that conversation, that this kind of nips a lot of this shit in
Yeah.
the bud.
Cause for you to think that I got to kill this person
Yeah,
because I can't, my mom can't find out.
that is
For
drastic.
you to think that this is not gonna be worse, but that's, you know what I mean. The thought process.
And it's
And I think about the future. It's like right now I gotta get rid of you. I done seen like on watch true crime. I think the lady she ended up killing her husband because she didn't want him to find out that she had been gambling the money away. And they was older though,
mm-hmm.
but it's like I guess they didn't have the money to pay something. It's just like why didn't you just tell him that you gambled it away? But now you kill him so he won't find out,
But you know what?
and now you in jail.
I think it is crazy to me, because a lot of people I'm starting to see more often, because I watch true crime too,
Love it.
is that I do love a good
I
true
mean, at
crime.
night.
No, it's so funny because I've been told like you got to be a psycho because you go to sleep watching true
I
crime, and I've
love it.
seen like memes and shit like that, and it's like I just might be. You know what I'm saying? I just find people's intentions, their psyche, to be interesting because it's like what got you to this point that you want to do
Yes.
this, and when I look at like because I've seen people whether they think they're going to be exposed to their wives,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's them being DL messing with somebody, or if they have an affair with another woman, or if they got a kid on another baby on them, or whatever the case may be, and now you feel like you got to kill this other person. I'm just like that is crazy to me, and it's all just stems from fear, and it stems from the lack of communication. Because
Mm-hmm.
my thing is like if you do some shit like that, then man up or woman up to have that conversation.
Yes.
You know, it's a scary thing because you don't know because you're around so many people every day and you don't know
Who you done passed?
who you done passed at the drop of a dime, but snap of a finger is killing somebody.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. You have no clue of who you interact with so many people throughout the day. It
Yeah.
do cross my mind sometimes.
it cra-
Like if I'm sitting next to somebody at work or something, it's just like,
no, I think about it, and you know my
I
mind
know.
is just like
Poor baby.
I'm telling you, my mind is always like a mile a minute, zoom, zoom, zoom,
This is the
because
worst scenarios.
yeah, because my mind is just like you just never know. I feel like the state of the world that we're in, I feel like people have malicious intent. I feel like people have ulterior motives. I feel like, and it's a terrible way to live just because I try not to be pessimistic about other people. Like, I'm optimistic about myself and stuff, but sometimes it kind of makes me not want to do a lot of shit just because it is like
Yeah.
people are weird. I'd rather be in my bubble in my house away from
See, we
psychos.
yin and yang. He more on the no. This all this bad stuff can happen. I'm like,
Yeah.
look at all this good stuff that's happening.
She's like, look at us around all these. She don't even know they. I was like, yeah, these people are killers. They could probably kill us right now.
And I'm
You
just
really
like,
think they would do that
I
right
don't think
now? I
so.
think they
I'm
will.
taking selfies and shit with him. No, for real. We went to the movies yesterday outside, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is so cool. This is so fun. Meanwhile, he like, damn, somebody could just
I'm like, what if somebody like just wants to shoot us up?
yeah.
I'm like, we
That's
in
not
this
even crossing.
field.
That's not crossing my mind.
Yeah, my mind is always like trying to think of the what ifs. She's in the now. I think that's what it is. You're more so in the now,
Yeah,
and you just enjoying the moment for what it is.
yeah,
I am in the what ifs. What
yeah.
if this happens? What if
No,
that happens?
no, we got to get him out the ifs. But I need some more of the ifs because I'm clueless.
No, you're not clueless, but
It don't
my
cross my
thing is
mind.
like if you I think that's how it's kind of like we yin and yang because I need to find more because what happens is sometimes can't enjoy the moment
Yeah,
because my mind is like,
it's not
well,
allowing
what's
you.
not what's going on over here? Okay, what they doing? They moving a little too much. But that's also because again,
His head on a swivel.
I've been robbed as
Mm,
a when I was younger,
yeah,
like as a teenager, I was robbed and all that kind of stuff.
and I haven't had those experiences, so
And so for me, it just makes me a little bit more like, hold on,
because
what's
you know
going
how
on?
ugly the world could be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a ugly place. But I just want to say that you're doing a phenomenal job as a mom.
Aw,
And
thank
like I said, I
you.
love the fact
I try. I'm
that
really trying
you are having those conversations. I just wanted
all
to
the time.
bring it back to that before we head out. But I just want to say that you just do a great job just because, you know,
Don't it feel
I like
nice?
it do. I know I keep rubbing this bitch like it's a fucking dog or something. I'm just like,
Petting
is
it.
this mink? This is mink. You know what I'm
Just that
saying?
chinchilla.
That's that chinchilla fur. No, but this I do keep rubbing this bitch. No, but
You made me want to rub it.
I'm telling you, I just keep rubbing my feet on the carpet and shit.
Hmm.
But
Oh, I didn't even feel the carpet.
no, the carpet feels good. The
Oh,
water is warm.
that's
Take a dip, you know.
nice. Dip, baby, dip. Come
Come on
on now,
now, dip,
dip, baby,
baby, dip.
dip.
Come on now,
Cotton
cotton
candy,
candy, sweet and
sweetie.
cold.
Let
Let me
me
see
see
that
that.
tootsie roll. Now
Hey,
those was
that's a
dances,
zero.
not
Yeah,
that shit. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. What is that? We did the
I don't know.
butterfly. You feel me? The butterfly. Do it,
I
do
don't
it, do
know.
it. Roll your body.
I don't know the I don't know the
Yeah,
dance, but everybody's doing it. I guess
but
I
that's
you
the one
know.
I knew you was talking about. But that's over sexualized. I mean, that is
Uh,
very sexual.
it is, and I'm telling you, the shit I see online, I'm just like, who? Go on Twitter. Go on
No,
Twitter.
actually, don't go on Twitter because
Twitter is a
it's
hellscape. When I tell you the shit and the
it's
shit
like
that
this
you
close
see
to the
on
black
there,
market, huh?
I,
Or
the
the
black
black
web,
web. Yeah.
it is the black web. I'm telling you, people on there want each other. They talking about kids. Shit, look at the Nicki and Cardi shit. But people want to talk about kids. They talking about the sex shit. When I tell you, you don't need. They putting the my visitors and the porn hubs and all that kind of shit out of business. Because all
On
you got to
X.
do, yeah, on X, you just got to crack that bitch open, and it
Mm-hmm.
is just like there to see. So if anything that y'all want to block from y'all kids' phone, block X. X is the number one thing that nobody's kid under 18 should be having on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids shouldn't be having
I
that
didn't even
shit.
know people still use Twitter. So do people actually tweet or they just download porn?
No, I just go on there to watch porn. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That's how I
Because I'm
know.
like, do people still tweet? Like, is that still a
So I've
thing?
I've never people still do tweet and stuff, but I've never gotten to it. I think people really stopped tweeting as much once Elon Musk bought it and turned
Okay.
it to X.
Okay.
But no, anybody who I know who's on there for the most part is either like promoting, their product or business or YouTube or Twitch, whatever they do,
Mm-hmm.
um, or they're watching it for porn. For the
Okay.
most part, I don't really know people who like just post like their every because Twitter was always weird to me anyway, just because you're just constantly just like,
Never had
hey
it.
guys, I'm sitting in blah 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 blah. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Never understood it.
seeing 5 minutes later, hey guys, I just took a bite of the burger. It's pretty good. Like that's just never been
Yeah.
my thing.
Yeah.
Like I like the visuals of like
Yeah.
Instagram and
I
stuff. I've
wonder
always been a
if
visual
that's
person.
what a story would be equivalent to Twitter. Because, like, for me, my stories back in the day used to have, like, I don't know, 60 little bullet
Yeah,
points.
your thing was crazy because I think your shit used to push the other shit off,
I would
like
push it
erase
off. It
it.
wouldn't even be 24 hours.
Yeah.
The shit is just what, because I was constantly recording. But, I like
No, that used to drive me crazy
all
sometimes.
the bullets.
Cause I'd be like, what the is going on?
Just trying to get to the end of
What
it.
the fuck is
But
this?
I just wonder if that's equivalent to somebody just constantly writing what they doing. Whereas I'm showing you what I'm doing.
But even that is just crazy because people like, and another thing, but I feel like it's always angry. Anytime I see
Mm.
anything on like Twitter, it's just negative. Like that's why I just choose if I do go on like a Twitter or something, um, it's just really just to
Watch porn.
watch porn because for anything like it's just too negative. Even like comments on like Instagram or anything else, I really choose not to read just because it is so negative. I feel like people are just so miserable these days. I feel
Ugh.
like people just want to tear each other down. Even like people just comment on people's pages that they don't even like just to say negative shit. Like if I don't like some shit, I'm just scrolling past it, or
Yeah.
I'm not even like if it's like on a blog or something. But if I don't like somebody, I'm not following you to critique you or be upset about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I'm commenting on somebody's stuff, it's to uplift you. Like, okay, I see you. Oh, I like that. That's cool.
Same.
To
Same.
engage with your content, or whatever the case may be. But to say something negative, the only time I probably say something negative if it's like something like political. But usually I don't go to like people who I'm against page. It's like somebody on their page is talking about it and people are engaging
Yeah.
like about the topic, and I'm just giving my opinion on it. But I'm not seeking people to
To
like
be
to be
try to tear
negative.
them down, because it
Yeah.
is a lot of that. Like, people just get the hate, and it's like, why would you even write that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
But
kind
you
of.
know what I like? I like when people get them back, when they be like that. It's a audio that say, "Is it my turn now?" or something like that. So what
Hmm.
they do is they screenshot people that have made comments about them and show them. I'll have to show you.
Yeah, you had to show me
It's hard
because
to explain, but it's hilarious though, because it might be somebody that lost a lot of weight and they be like, "Oh, you still fat," or whatever it is, and then it'll be a picture of a bald man that teeth look like this, or so. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how dare you talk about how fat I am,
and
and
that's another
how
thing.
dare you?
It's either you don't have a profile picture, it's a dog as your profile picture or an
Yeah,
avatar, or you look crazy yourself, and it's just like, how dare you?
the
How
boss.
dare you?
How fucking
What
dare
is they the
you?
unmitigated gall to say anything to
Yeah,
me?
and that's the thing. I'm not saying that you got to look a certain way to be able to talk shit, but you got to look a certain way to talk shit. Cause
I agree.
I just feel like, have you seen yourself lately?
Have you seen yourself lately? Who said that? Was that New
New York.
York? She's like, have you seen yourself lately? Flav, Flav,
Slave.
delicious. You look like a man.
The same womb,
The
slave.
same
The
fucking wone.
same womb.
No,
That was your girl.
she is still my girl. She just
Mm.
always do it. That's crazy. We just been all over the place,
Yeah, a little bit of this and that.
but I enjoyed it though.
I did too. And it's the first one. I mean, we didn't have the cards,
We didn't have a
but
card,
we
and
did
this
good to
topic was
just,
kind of spur of the moment too.
yeah, it was just like, I just wanted to be here for the first one so that not the ball
No,
could really get the rolling, because the calendar, my boy about to be booked
y'all, I'm
and busy,
excited.
because yeah, he
Yeah,
got a space.
I have a space now, and now I have a bunch of people who I plan on having come on and just discuss different topics with me.
Yeah.
I have people that I want to come on
Get more
and
exposure.
interview. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm having
For both
content
of
creators
y'all.
coming on. I'm having people with businesses. I'm having people who are local rappers or singers or just creatives in general. Like, I just really want this to be a platform that people can get exposure and I can get exposure, but I just
Yeah.
really want to uplift people because, you know, when you up
Guy
and
and
coming,
friends.
guy and friends, come on, friends. No, but I just know how hard it is, especially because you know, as you all know, I do have a song "Love Me Again." Now you could look down in the description bar at the Spotify. It's on all streaming
Can't just be
platforms. But
friends.
even with that, it's hard to. You're not gonna get a news interview. It's hard to find places to like get an interview and talk about your project and just get it out there for people to see.
Yeah.
And that's what I want this to be. I want people to be able to learn something. I want people to be able to have conversations with people
Yeah.
because I feel like we are so used to being in our corners now, especially I think post COVID is really what did it and kind of isolated everybody
Hell yeah,
that
because it was a little awkward when you finally came back out.
what.
Just a
Oh,
little
I
awkward to
know.
have conversations with
I
grown
know.
ups. Like, damn, what we talk about? What we
I
used to talk
know.
about before COVID? Like,
No, no,
yeah, yeah,
seriously.
it was
Yeah,
hard.
because it
You used to being by yourself.
yeah, you used to being isolated in your own space or talking
Mm-hmm.
over like texting or over like it just wasn't like how it used to be. So I just wanted people to start having more conversations and like I said, that's what this space is going to be. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this journey, guys. It's I will say if you're watching this on YouTube, it's probably bleeped out, but the uncensored version will be over on Patreon, which will be
Mm-hmm.
down in the description bar. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure you go and join. I do have a free version where I'll post some content there, but some of it will be you can join as a friend and I think that's like $5 or something. So if you want to join and be a friend, do so, but there still will be content if you just join for free. And also, I'll be giving shout outs. I have a couple of people who join. I'll probably put that somewhere in the video.
Oh,
Just
that's
shout out
so
to people who are,
nice.
um,
Recognizing
yeah, the
the
people who
fan
supported.
base.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If you supported me, I appreciate it. And I just want to give you a
Man,
shout
give you a
out.
shout out.
Yeah, I'm grateful and thankful.
But like he was saying with the communication, so hopefully, what I hope you guys get from today's topic is if you haven't already had those conversations with your
Absolutely.
kid, let's start having them.
Have them.
So they friends not teaching them.
Have
So
them.
YouTube not teaching them.
Check them phones.
Yeah, let's. I don't do that.
Check
I
them
need to do
phones.
that.
So, see, because this is the only thing. I think to a certain extent, and it depends on the age, and I think that it has to be some sort of communication. The reason why is because there was a boy who killed himself because he was having a relationship with an AI, with like a chat GBT or open something like that. It was some type of AI he was having a relationship with. And I guess the AI told him to he was like asking a question or something, but it somehow coerced him to kill himself
Oh my
and the
god,
boy killed himself and all this stuff and
how old is the
I
boy?
want to say he was probably like 13, 12, 13, 14, or something,
Oh,
but he did it because the AI told him to because he was in this relationship
he
with
didn't know
it.
no better.
He didn't know any better,
That's
and
terrible.
that's the thing. Even with the AI, you all need to make sure that you're monitoring that because ki- that is something even bigger, I feel like, than Google. Kind of, I feel like that's a whole new world because Google kind of answers your questions, but the AI is presenting as a person and it's talking
Mm.
to you and it'll have that conversation with you. Like you can have a full-on conversation with a chat GBT
That's
or
how Whoop
something.
be. Whoop be.
No, seriously. But the thing is because you can't have those conversations as an adult if you can separate it
Yeah,
as being AI and know that you aren't the end all be
you
all,
know the
that you are not a
difference. You
human
know the
versus
difference.
these kids who are not developed yet and
Yeah.
now are having these conversations and feeling as though because it's writing back. So it's no different from a text, from
Mm-mm.
a kid texting somebody. So they're
Mm-hmm.
having these relationships and they're harming themselves. And so make sure that
Oh.
like you have to find the balance. I feel like the first thing is to have these conversations with your kids to make sure that they are aware of the terms. They know what to watch out for. They can tell when people are like grooming them and stuff like that. But I feel like the next layer is dependent on the age. I feel like checking in. It doesn't have to be an everyday thing, every night thing, but I do feel like kids are going to be sneaky about stuff.
Yeah.
But the difference is that we didn't have as much access
To
to
everything,
all the stuff that they do
even with
now, like we said.
like even if not just sexually, like but like edibles and stuff like that. I do
Hmm.
not like now with this whole trick or treating and stuff. No, you could go if you want to go do it. But I don't want you to eat none of that shit. I'd rather just go to the store and buy it
Absolutely.
ourselves because you don't know.
Oh,
Because
we was gonna have that conversation anyway.
oh
I
yeah,
listen. I ain't got no kids, but my nephew is like the son, and I'm like, you didn't talk to me about that. She was like, that's not your son.
no,
I'm
but
like, he like
listen,
the both of ours.
no, but for real, because it's like years ago, I think people was putting like
Razors
yeah and shit like
and
that. But now I feel like you gotta worry about your kids taking candy from their friends at school that's supposed to be candy, but it's their mama edible. So now the kids is toe up at school.
and that's the crazy part because I was going even further. I'm looking at the political climate. I'm looking at no telling what people putting fentanyl, putting drugs,
Oh
all
my
kinds of
god,
stuff, just because you never know. It could
I
be
didn't think
people.
about that.
You got racist people out here now who showing
Oh
they
yeah.
showing
Oh, they ain't
they
hide
they
that at
taking
all.
the
The mask.
KKK masks
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
and
Cause it's okay to be racist.
it's
It's
okay.
acceptable.
And it's scary though because
Hmm.
now if your kid going trick or treat and you don't know, they may have a white basket
You
and a
don't
minority
know.
basket, and then they giving you like, you just don't know. And again, that is me being, my mind is
That hadn't
automatically
even
thinking
crossed
like
my
that.
mind.
But that is where my mind is, that I'm just like, you don't know. Because did you see, I know we
It's
gon' we
okay.
gonna land this plane in just a minute,
It's
but
okay. This how we do.
no, but this was something that I just recently seen. I was talking to McSween about. This is one of my friends and colleagues. I was telling him about this lady who was MAGA, and she's a dentist, and she was at this like rally or meeting, and she was like speaking, and she told them, she was like, yeah, I have like a bunch of Republican presidents and different stuff, and I sometimes wear my MAGA hat and all this stuff, and she's like, try to look and see how they respond to her or how they look. And she's like, yeah, if they start looking weird, or if I feel like they're offended or something, because some people are offended, you know what I do? I turn that laughing, that gas down just a little bit. Like, you're feeling a little bit more uncomfortable. I'm like, this is the shit that I was
She
saying a
admitted
lot.
to that.
Yes, it was on video. Then she came out like, oh, nobody can take a joke. No, bitch, that wasn't a joke.
That's not
That's
funny.
not a joke. There's nothing funny about
And
that.
see, this is why. So you seeing stuff like that would make you think about stuff like that.
But
I didn't even witness
But the
that,
crazy
but
thing is, I was thinking this shit in the
I
past.
believe it.
I think about that all the time. And like, I try not to be like that. But I feel like,
Yeah.
especially with the state of the world and how crazy it is and
I
how
can't believe she
crazy
said
people are
that.
talking, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you don't know. When people say like the mortality rate for black people, especially like black women and black babies, it's like, you don't know if people are doing it on purpose. You don't know if there is malpractice going on or negligence or whatever the case may be. You
Hmm.
don't know. And it's a scary thing because you are going to these people and you are putting your life in their hands. Or even when you're going to eat, you don't know. Who knows if somebody is spitting in your food or anything? It's just a
Hmm.
scary time that we're living in because you have to just pray about it and give it to God and just be mindful and keep your head on swivel because you don't know. And it's like I said, it's just a scary, scary thing. But I do think that you should take them trick or treating. But see, that's even a scary thing because you don't know whose houses you're going to now. You can go to people's houses now. People might be like, they might just turn off. See you walking up and close their door, turn off the light. My thing is like,
And say you trespassing.
anything. You just don't know.
Wow. I ain't even ain't crossed my mind.
You just don't know. And my thing is like, I'm glad that we live, even though this city is very segregated. Like, people don't even realize it, but
Oh, the west side is definitely that way, and the east side is that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
You find
segregated.
who
You
on
can't
what
go to
side.
this city,
Mm.
it's this X, Y, and Z.
Mm.
Um, but it's like, it's just a scary time we living in. But if you do decide to take him trick or treating, I do think that you should just buy candy. I'll put in some money to get him some candy too,
Yeah,
just
we
because.
not eating candy no more from.
No, and I feel like if you want to still give your kid that experience, that's good. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be pessimistic, and I don't want this to be like
No,
just
but that's
negative,
like
negative,
real.
negative.
I'm
But
thinking
I
about
just
the
want people
edible
to be
part. I'm
careful,
not even thinking about the
careful.
poison. I'm thinking about the now your kid is high and they don't know what to tell you they high or they can't get off the high. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Hmm.
It might kill them. It might be too much. I don't know.
You don't know. You don't
And so
know.
that's the part I'm scary. So I don't want him to take candy from nobody.
Because I've been saying that kind of shit even with potlucks and shit.
Look at me.
I don't
I take candy.
She take candy from strangers. She
I
eat
don't.
potluck food,
I haven't in
company
a while.
potluck
I
food.
haven't in a while. I'm gonna stop.
Absolutely not. I'm not eating nothing that because again,
It
I've
might
seen
have
some
cats
people
and dogs
people
and
be having cats on their counter. They be feeding them with the same spoon that I've seen people be posting that online too. Like sometimes I'm just like, yep,
you sick. This is why.
thank you for verifying my suspicions. Thank you.
With your nasty
With
ass.
your nasty ass. That's why I ain't eating that shit. But no,
So yeah, back to
to land the plane,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to
Cause
say
we was like,
I know yeah, a little turbulence.
yeah, just a little bit.
And
Just
we're
talking.
landing now. No, but I just want to say again, thank you for coming on.
Oh,
I'm
thank you for
glad
having
to
me.
always have you on. I hope, when you do have free time, you can come back on
Of
and
course,
join me with other people
of
and
course.
yourself anytime you want to talk about anything or you know, it's always my door is open.
It's gonna be
It's
open.
always
Guy
open
and
for you.
Friends store
Guy and
at your
friends
at your
at
studio.
my brand new studio. And so, guys, down in the comments, tell me the steps that you're taking to make sure that you're protecting your kids, your nieces, nephews, grandkids, whatever the case may be. What things are you going to do differently, or what things or conversations are you guys going to have with your kids or with your sister or brother or whatever to have them have kids with their kids, whatever the case may be, just
Mm-hmm.
so that dialogue can start to happen, just so we can protect the kids and being more mindful.
I was all gonna say being open minded and not forgetting that you were their age before.
Yes, that's a big
Don't
takeaway.
forget. Don't be judgy. Don't be
Judge.
what you judging for?
Don't be judgmental. Just don't, and that's the thing. I don't get me
I know, I know,
started.
I know, I know, I know,
You
I
know,
know.
I start back up
I know, I
talking.
know. I just want to throw that in because of what you was the
No,
topic
for
that you was
sure.
on. Like, just don't forget when you are communicating and you are taking those steps to have those conversations with them. Be mindful. Like, you know what? How did I feel?
Yeah,
Dang, I wish somebody would have talked to me.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Don't. Ooh, why you want to do that?
yeah,
You thought that was okay? Like, don't tell your kids they fat.
yeah. Oh hell no. Nah, that's a whole
Oh, that's
totally
a whole nother one.
hell yeah, that's a totally different thing.
I'm talking
Just
about as far as judgy. I'm sorry, that was a little.
yeah, because I was gonna say like that. Okay, never mind.
Because
We'll talk
parents
about
to
that.
be their first kids bully.
I
But
s-
we can start up
man,
we can start up another. We can start up another.
we'll talk about that on a
You see
different
how
one.
this how
But
our conversations go.
we just go down a rabbit
And
hole.
then we ain't nobody got to go to work tonight
I know.
or tomorrow.
Blah 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 blah
So
blah
we
blah
really
blah
could
blah
be
blah
in this
blah
bit.
blah blah
But you know what?
blah.
I do want to get something to eat. I am.
I know I'm hungry too. I'll probably
Okay.
make me some pasta or something. But
For
meanwhile,
real this time. For real this time you going to end
no
it.
no 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 no, we're ending it. Okay, so this
Seriously.
is what I'm gonna say. Guys, please leave a comment. Make sure you like the video. If you have not joined the Patreon, I know I've said this throughout the video. Join the Patreon, y'all. Support the channel. Support me,
It's
guys.
okay.
Please. Please.
He's awesome.
I'm trying to build a brand that builds other people's brands.
Yes.
That's what
Is
we
that your
do.
slogan?
Build a brand to build other brands.
I-
I really just
Is
want
that
to
like
pour
four
into
B's?
other people.
Yeah.
You know,
B4.
before.
Build a brand.
Before, yeah.
No.
Build a brand, build their other brands.
Yeah.
Okay,
Something
sounds
like that.
good.
Yeah, B4.
But
I'm gonna get it
guys,
tatted right here. I'm just like
we have made it to our destination, ladies and
finally.
gentlemen. I just want to say again, thank you for all the support. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to the Patreon as well. Like I said, I'll put a link down in the description bar. You can, well, she's not on social media right now, so
Yeah, I gotta get back off. I'm taking a break.
she's taking a break
But
from
it's
social
telling me I got
media.
7 days before I can deactivate again.
You got
So
7 days.
just in case this is posted before then, you can reach me at Cherish Gabs 88. Was it Cherish underscore?
It's going to be underneath you
I think it's
in the
Cherish
video
underscore
regardless. So
Gabs 88. And if you didn't know, Cherish is my middle name.
shout out to Cherish. I
Yeah.
love your middle name.
I love your face.
I love your face.
I love
You're amazing.
you.
I love you. Oh my God. Best friends in the whole wide world.
Be is for friends that do stuff together.
You is for you and me. All right, y'all. And
On that note,
no, it was something else I was going to say before I ended it. I think that was it. But thanks, guys. I appreciate all the support. And as always, peace, love, blessings. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Bye.